I'm an adult of my spirit. I'm an adult of my mind. I'm an adult of my thought. And I'm an adult of my love because I am what I think about, and so are you. Welcome to ALPOUGH. Today is about controlling your reactions. My theme there was challenge yourself to control the way you respond to what's happening. That's where the power is. The power is the ability to control your emotions. Um, I think for all of us, people I know, our reaction can sometimes be the detriment from being continue to be great, or to have to hit this speed bump and to pull over and get your thoughts together. Now, controlling. Wow, seems like lots of things are controlling us right now. What does it mean? Controlling can be defined as that function of management which helps to seek planned results from the subordinates, managers, and at all levels of an organization. Now, also, the controlling function helps in measuring the progress towards the organizational goals and brings any deviations and indicates corrective uh, action. Now, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to all my Ford buddies. It's been about 13 years since I worked there, but I got friends there, and I just want to give a big shout out and hello to any of my Ford buddies who get a chance sometimes to listen to me. Um, I worked at Ford quite a few years, and everything is controlled. Everything from the time that you walk in, the time that you start, to the time on when you finish, when you go to your lunch, when you get your break, how long it takes you to do your job, whether or not they can add something to the job. It's always about adding and never taking anything away from the job. So even there was a control manager, all right, everything is controlled. Everything is under contract at Ford. Everything, your lunch break, what time you're going to get off, what things that you can complain about, what things you can't complain about, what things that you already signed in the contract that you can't complain about, and what you signed in the contract that you can complain about. So Ford, as well as other big conglomerates, including the political system, is what I would call controlling the narrative. So Ford doesn't want to make mistakes. Anytime they make a mistake, like for example with the chips that are having a problem, it slows down the progress, which everyone knows it slows down the dollar, and everything's about the dollar. Now, controlling the narrative. Amongst the most prevalent and up-to-date phrases in business these days and politics and savvy American life is controlling the narrative. That's telling it your way before someone else gets to tell it, and possibly tell it better their way. Now, we can see that the narrative is being controlled. Doesn't take a rocket science on that, how the narrative is being controlled. Now, the main thing is, and all we have is how we react. You see, how we react is part of them controlling the narrative. They expect you to get angry, frustrated, scared, sad, indecisive, looking up to them when we should be looking at them. Now, that's one thing about Ford. It's a union. It's a strong union. And in spite of all the circumstances that have happened in the auto business, Ford has been very solvent for a long time, and it's a great company to work for. Doesn't mean you have to like everything about it. We all knew that. But we knew at the end of the day, everybody knows at Ford, well, we're very fortunate. We have to work hard, but we're very fortunate because we get paid somewhat better than the rest. But you earn that money, baby. Trust me. To all my Ford boys and girls, definitely we earn that money. So now how it comes down to is our reaction. Okay. So how do we control our narrative? How do we control our narrative? It is about how our reaction is. Now, if you've gone over your life and you know that every certain situation that comes up, if it's similar every time and you have a certain reaction, that what makes you lose control. And when you get angry and scared or fear checks in there, the reaction can be detrimental to your health. And that's really the important thing here is what it is about your health. Now, we're in this situation now, ladies and gentlemen, where everything changes every day. My Ford boys and ladies, I'm sorry, you don't know whether or not you'll be working the next week because of the way the supplies are here now. So it leaves you in a place where you can't plan. And when you can't plan, your narrative is being controlled. All right. So now, first step, develop awareness of the narratives that run in the background of your life. Interesting phrase. Runs in the background of your life. It's going on every day. The political situation going on every day. The worldwide situation going on every day. The world, I think we can all agree, has shrank. We know what's going on in Cuba right now. We know what's going on in China. We know what's going on in Taiwanese. We know what's going on in India. We know what's going on in Europe. Information is overloading, but you can still take advantage of it, all right? So main thing is create a clear vision of the story you want to live out. And I believe that you can only focus on what's in your control. Now, I would suggest, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, we both kind of agreed that the biggest problem right now, we've all been fooled to live over our means. When wisdom tells you to live below your means, because you never know when the car's going to break down. You never know when there's an unexpected medical bill. You never you can't take into consideration that somebody dies and you have to fly out and go to their funeral. You never know what could happen to one of your loved ones. So by always living under your means, within your means under your means. I've had the same truck, blue. Anybody who knows me has met my truck. You're still going to meet my truck. I've had my truck since 2005. This will be 16 years. 16 years that I've had my truck. And haven't had a car payment since 2007 when I left Ford and paid Blue off. But I only paid $6,700 for Blue. None of my buddies are getting brand new stuff, but I was too old for that stuff, man. I'm like, I'm going to give me a nice new 5-speed, okay, 4-point liter. I don't want no 8. I want 6 banger. And, I haven't put any money. I just figured just put some money in Blue just now. His fuel pump went out. Yeah, I talked to him like he's alive. He's my robot. That's my robot. Yeah, think about it. Your first robots were cars. Might have been a refrigerator. Yeah. So literally, I have only put, I think it cost me 4 something, almost 5 to fix the fuel pump. I had to take the a gas tank out and everything. Now, it was at a tight time, but again, it happens. It happens. So focus on what's in your control. All right. Number 4, when rewriting your narrative, believe in your emotional, mental, and physical abilities. Believing in your emotional. What does that mean? That means you control your emotions. You don't get too high. You don't get too low, because everything every day is major now. Have you noticed that? Major. Everything is major. And because with this information overload, one day to the next, you just forgot about the major incident that happened the day before because there's another one on the next day. Plus, these two sides going at each other is causing rift between all of us. And so that is the whole key. That's how about controlling the narrative is number 1, keeping us divided. Mental, understand what your mental clarity is. Do the things that keep your mental clarity together. Don't dwell on violence. Don't dwell on the lower chakra things that's in sensual pleasures. Your physical abilities. Understand, you might need to get in a better shape. Our health is everything. So when you're getting bombarded with these things that take a response out of your emotions, your mental, and your physical. See, it's all the way why you and how you react. Number 5, listen. Be a professional listener. Be a professional listener. Understand that some things you don't want to deal with. I'm not just talking about reality. I'm talking about things that don't matter. Arguing about a football game. Arguing about a movie. Arguing about where you're going to eat. These are things that should be pleasurable things and being neutral. All right. So again, where do I start? Every single show. Be an adult of your mind, your spirit, your mind, your body, love, and your thoughts. Didn't put thought in there. Your thoughts. Okay. Your thoughts mean everything. Okay. Thoughts. See, what are they doing? Controlling the narrative. How are they doing it? Through thought. Okay. So we go back to the basics. The basics. That's what the adult, the mind, body, spirit, love, thoughts. That's the basic. If there's anything that Mother Sophia, the Holy Spirit, is trying to teach us, is to be this. This is the most important. Being an adult, we're all gotta grow up spiritually, mindfully, physically, thoughtfully, lovingly. So what's our reaction? The most important thing with a reaction is, are you going to get satisfaction from that reaction? So when this is bombarded upon us, we want to be in a place of neutrality where we just hold it. Remember, I was telling you about holding it in the lobby of your mind. You don't just let somebody, back in the day, you come up on the front porch and ring the doorbell. You're on the house, but that doesn't mean you get in the house. So being in a state of neutrality makes us clearer, less emotion, always getting off the road and then having to come back on. Neutrality. How do we understand neutrality? By understanding our surroundings. Understanding what we're involved in. This is a pandemic. The pandemic is still here. You can blame whoever you want, but the pandemic is still here. But always what it comes down to is when it comes down to any type of thing here in this political system, the people get blamed. And if you think that you can't see this, then you haven't read history. Understanding your surrounding takes practice, and practice makes perfect. Being in neutrality. Now, when you're in neutrality, though, and this practice, Mother has a saying. She says to me, face it head on. Don't let your reaction stop you from facing it. Whatever issue it is, in neutrality, without emotion, being that adult that you were born to be, that you were given the power to be. No, you're not stained. You have the free will to be anything you want. Face it head on. In neutrality. You know, there's a saying about it being a deer in headlights. All right. So again, if you know how to block, you're seeing it when the ball goes back in the center field, and you ever wonder how they catch the ball in bright sun? Because they take their glove, block the sun out so that they can be in neutral to see where that ball is. And the sooner they know, they can face it head on and go catch that ball. So I want you, as we go on this week, watch your reactions. Stay in neutral before you react. If you can do that, you're going to have a great week. And you're not going to let this stuff get you down. So I want to end with your thoughts. Can your thoughts be bought? Don't let them buy your thoughts. Value what you think about. That's what Mother wants for you, and that's what I want for you. So you have a great day. I'll be back high noon. Got lots of plans coming. I'm at 660 subscribers. Oh my gosh, how great. Started April 1st, 4,300 watched hours of the ALPOUGH show here. We think that we're making a dent. We're here to keep going and for us to be one people, one love, one spirit, one thought. Let's keep doing that. I'll see you tomorrow at high noon. Have a good one till then. Peace out.